How are we doing, everybody? Back for week 13 of our current Pilates block. Hopefully everybody's keeping well. Hopefully you've enjoyed the sessions over the last few weeks. We have one more week to go now next week, and that'll bring us up towards the end of June. So just again, with everything that we have been doing, I suppose some of the exercises will be getting a wee bit harder as the weeks go on, but you want to sort of develop things week on week to make sure that you're progressing. Everything that we're doing, you're doing it at your own level, and then you're trying to build that wee bit of inner strength more than anything, and getting strong from the inside out, and just making sure any of those wee hip issues, lower back issues and things like that, Pilates is a great way to try and relieve those strains as well. Okay, so for today we'll just start off same as we always do, just for a remobilisation series. So before we start then, we'll have our two usual props, just our toilet roll and then our wee belt or our tie as well. So just make sure that we have those close at hand. Okay, so from there just lie yourself down onto your lower back, and then just bring in the feet and knees just to hip width. Place that imaginary apple between your chin and your chest. Just let your shoulders and lower back rest into the floor. Hands just halfway between the shoulders and the hips. And then we're going to rock the knees from side to side for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And then back to the centre. And then just hug the knees into the chest, circle the lower back into the floor. Just try and release everything out. And then opposite direction. And then just bring the feet back to the floor, just straighten the legs out, so a straight leg lift, keep this left leg glued to the floor, make sure the lower back stays in contact with the mat. And then right leg lifts for 6, and lower down for 5, nice and smooth, 4, and 3, and 2, and 1, and release down. And then over to the opposite side for 6, inhale as you lower, exhale lift for 5, and for 4, exhale for 3, for 2, and 1, and release up. And then just roll yourself over onto your side, and then up onto all fours, and then just step the hands out in front, push yourself back onto your heels for 4, inhale as you come forward, for 3, and forward, and 2, and last one, and all the way up onto all fours. Curl the toes under, walk yourself back towards your heels, tuck the chin to the chest, and then slowly rebend the spine all the way up to standing, and back up to your nice straight position. Take a breath in at the top, chin to chest again, imagine you're peeling your spine off the wall behind. As the hands come over the knees, bringing them out over the toes, everything nice and soft. Inhale at the bottom, and then exhale, straighten the legs again, your spine like a set of building blocks, just one piece at a time. And then just going to float up off the heels for 3, and back down, and 2, just lowering the heels as opposed to dropping them, and last one, and release down. And then back to the centre, and then just a wee rotation of the hips, just checking your feet are hip width apart, and then opposite direction, and then just a wee float from side to side, and back to the middle. Okay, for today we're going to combine our leg work and our balance, just a wee balance element at the end. For this one we're going to make our tie. So if you think of basically we're in our backward lunge position, just make sure that's forward leg, that the knee doesn't fall in, so that you can manage to keep the knee directly over the hip, or over the ankle, sorry, and make sure that the knee doesn't come too far forward. Okay? With our chest position, when we go into the position, our chest will automatically go to here. Imagine like a set of harnesses tied to your two shoulders, and it's keeping everything up nice and straight. Okay? So we'll give you a quick demonstration, and then we'll go through it together. So this is our lunge position. And then we just fold over your tie or your belt or whatever you have. And then our first part of the movement, arms out to chest height, we're going to inhale, exhale, we're going to lift up overhead, back to centre, and then we're going to rotate. When we rotate, make sure the band stays at the centre of the chest. So you don't want to go too far across, you're going to put too much pressure on that opposite hip flexion. Okay? So, from our start position, back heels off the floor, we're going to inhale, exhale as we come overhead, inhale centre, exhale rotate. Inhale centre, exhale lift, inhale centre, exhale rotate. Remember, just keep that band at the centre of the chest. And for 3, and centre, and rotate for 3. Make sure the arms stay at chest height if you can. And exhale 4, and centre, and rotate, and centre. And last one, 5, and centre, and rotate, and then from here keep the elbows high, draw in for 3, and release, for 2, and release, and last one, and release. Back to centre, and then from here I want you to bring that forward leg forward. I want you to hover the back toe off the floor, and we're just going to hold that balanced position. So you've got to find a wee bit more of a load kicking into that standing glute, for 3, 2, 1, and then all the way back up. And then just shake everything out. When you come into balance, you're going to feel that a wee bit more work here, and a nice bit of stability into the knee. Okay, opposite side then. So opposite leg forward, back heel comes back. Make sure that stance is still hip width apart. Back heel comes off the floor. Chest up nice and tall, and then band the chest height. And then we're going to inhale, exhale as we lift. Inhale lower, exhale rotate across the forward leg. Back to centre, and for 2. And centre, make sure that forward knee hasn't fallen in. And back in, and for 3, and lower down, and rotate. And back to centre, and 4, and centre, keep that nice strength up through the body, and rotate. And last one for 5, inhale lower, exhale rotate and hold, elbows high for 3, and reach. For 2, feel that work up through the upper thoracic spine, last one, and release, back to centre, and then lean yourself forward. If you can, hover that back toe off the floor, pick a wee point of concentration to help keep you balanced for 3, 2, and 1, and then all the way back up. And then you're shaking everything out, and then set that to the side, and then just bring yourself down onto the floor. So folks, we're going to go with our scissor movement. We're going to go for 10 quick, 10 slow, and then 10 quick again. So imagine we tray of paint along the bottom of our mat. We're trying to keep that sort of 90-degree bend in the leg, and that we egg between our calf and our hamstring. Okay? So the toe is slightly pointed and a nice big gentle contact. So we'll just give you a wee quick demonstration. So from our tabletop position, knees directly over the hips. When this leg taps down, we're going to make sure that we keep that bend in the leg. Okay? So starting from here, we're going to inhale, exhale, we're going to go for 10, 9, 8, 7. Make sure this knee doesn't come back too far back towards you. 5, 4, 3. Keep everything glued to the mat. 2, and 1. And then 10 quickly for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Back to that control for 10. Start to feel the load in the front of the quads into the hips. Keep that pelvis nice and strong. And 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to tabletop and hold. Okay, keep that pressure in the lower back. Keep that lower back glued to the floor. Don't let your stomach come up. For 3, 2, and 1. And then bring everything down. And then just shaking the legs out. And then from here we're going to go basically into 2 stages. So we're coming up with a crunch. So for this one, we go fingers to the temples, but I want you to keep your elbows open. If your elbows close in, you lose a wee bit of work from across the tops of the shoulders. Okay? So we'll give you our 2 stages. And then fingers. So the head starts in a hovered position, and keep the feet and knees at hip width. Make sure the knees don't fall out. If you want to, well no, actually we're not going to use that one. So just make sure the knees just stay at that fist width apart. So we're going to keep pulling the stomach into the mat. You're going to inhale as you come up, and then back 3, 2, 1. And then do that for our first 4, and then our next 4, we're going to go 2 each leg, and then over the opposite side. Okay? So head starts in a hovered position, elbows open. We're going to inhale as we come up, back 3, 2, and 1. And then inhale 2. We're not pulling ourselves up. It's nice and smooth. 3, 2, and 1. And for 3, and back 3, 2, and 1. And for 4, back 3, 2, and 1. We're going to add the leg lift. For 5, back 3, 2, 1. Same leg for 6, back 3, 2, 1. Opposite leg. For 7, back 3, you feel a wee shake in the abdominals, and then last one, and back down, and then reach the hands forward, hover the hands off the mat, and then we're going to pull up for 2, and back down, and for 1, and back down, and relax. Really good work for just certain areas of that front of the abdominals, for there, and then just bring yourself up to your seated position, okay? Next one then we're going to use our prop. So for here, we can keep her basically as if you've got the prop between your knees, so don't let the knees fall out to put too much pressure on the hips. From here, we're going to sit up nice and tall on our sit bones, and then we're going to roll slightly back, but it's keeping your chest nice and lifted and open as well. So from here, we're going to keep the arms up towards the ceiling. We're going to inhale, exhale, we're going to tap down. So as I tap down with one side, you keep this arm up straight, so that you have that nice stabilisation. Okay? So option 1 is from here. Option 2 then, we can cross the feet over. Okay? If that's too much on the hips, just stay with the feet on the floor. Okay? So lift it up nice and tall as if there's a steel rod up through the centre of the body, and then just roll off the sit bones, and I'm going to cross the feet over, arms overhead, and I'm going to inhale, exhale to the left for 6, and back up for 5, and lift, keeping everything as strong as you can. For 4, great work for the upper back as well, and lower back, and into the abdominals and hips, and 2 more, 2, and lift, and 1, and lift, back to centre, and we're going to reach out, and elbows high, and for 2, and elbows high, and for 3, elbows high, last one, elbows high, release the feet, and bring yourselves up. Now done. And then just to re-release there, so soles of the feet together, hands out to the side, and then just lift the hips off the floor, and then just re-rock from side to side, just open up that inner ground. And then release. Okay, folks, next one then we're going to go with our side kick. So this is one where we're landing a nice thin beam. Think about your headlights shining towards the front, and then we're not rolling back on the hip or rolling ourselves forward. Okay, try and keep that upper leg as sort of controlled as you can. So our movement from here, if you lay yourself down, bicep by the ear, and then we're just going to keep our fingers on the floor. Just make sure you can see from the bottom of your toes to the tips of your toes. You can see your leg or your shins, your legs too far forward. Bringing everything around so you're on that pointy bit of your hip bone on that lower side. Engage that lower side of the stomach, and then just spider fingers just for support. Top leg to hip height, and then bottom leg up to base. Try not to put too much pressure into the fingers. Hold this position, and then the bottom leg taps down for 8, and lift up. So when you add the movement, it gets a lot harder. And back up, and 6, back up. Make sure you haven't rolled back. Keep it nice and steady. 5, and lift. For 4, and lift. 3, and lift. 2, and lift. Last one, and lift up and hold for 3, 2, and 1, and release down. Well done. Straight over to the opposite side then. So our same setup. Again, nice length through the body. Make sure the headlights stay to the front. Legs out straight, and then just engage that lower side just to keep your stability. Top leg to hip height, bottom leg up to base. And then the bottom toe taps down for 8, and lift. For 7, and lift again, not too much pressure into those resting fingers if you can. And for 4, good, keep going. 3 more, 3, and lift. 2, and lift. Last one, and lift and hold. Keep everything else as relaxed as you can. 3, 2, and 1, and release. Well done. And then from there, roll yourself over onto your back. So we're going to come up into a wee shoulder bridge series. So we think about peeling the spine up, laying it down, and then we're going to add a wee bit of just single leg work as well. Okay? So, again, making sure those knees just stay at hip width, just hands by your side. We're going to inhale, exhale as we peel your spine up, and then as we come down, think about your pubic bone to your chest, your tailbone to your pubic bone. So we're going to inhale, exhale as we bring everything down, just taking that arch out of the back. Okay, that's our warm-up one, and then we'll back up. If you want to bring the heels, slide the heels back slightly just to give yourself a nice controlled lift. And then lower everything down. Again, think about your string of pearls coming down just piece by piece, and then taking the arch out of the back. We're going to step it up just to our level 3. So hold that lift, inhale as you bring your hands back, keep the hands back behind, and then a wee bit more Discipline needed and control as we come all the way down, just piece by piece. Inhale forward, exhale lift for 2. Keep those glutes nice and strong. Inhale as the hands come back, and then exhale as you tuck everything underneath, just like I'm placing everything down just one piece at a time. And then one more at that level. Inhale, exhale as we peel ourselves up, and then inhale, hands come back, and then the last time keep those hips nice and steady as they lay everything down, and then hands come forward. Okay, so keep the hands on the floor for this next stage. Inhale, exhale as we peel everything up. I want you to bring your weight into your left leg, right leg to tabletop. Imagine there's a plate of paint where your right foot was. We tap down for 4 and lift, 3 and lift, 2 and lift, last 1 and lift, and back to the floor. Lift those hips up before we go to the opposite side. So weight into your right leg, left leg up to tabletop, keep that 40 or 90 degree bend in the leg, and back up, 3 and back up, 2 and back up, and 1 and lift. Feet to the floor, inhale as you lift, and then again exhale as we lay everything down, and then we'll come up for our last cycle. Inhale from here, exhale as we peel ourselves up. Again, weight into the left leg, extend that right leg out, thighs are parallel, and then bring that opposite arm to the ceiling and hold. Try to keep the hips as steady as we can. So you feel everything coming in to this part of the body, into that lower back, hand to the floor, leg to the floor, over to our opposite side. Left leg extended out, right hand to the ceiling. Good, try and keep those thighs parallel. If we bring the leg to here, it's a wee bit maybe less work through that standing leg. Hand to the floor, leg to the floor, inhale as you lift, and then exhale all the way back down, underneath, and release out. And then just hug the knees, in and out, and release. Okay, folks, next exercise there, one of our bigger movements. Huge amount of core work needed and core control. So our key here is we're going to try and basically bring the legs back as opposed to just firing the legs back. We have to be really deliberate about the position of the legs. So we want you to keep that 90-degree bend in the legs as best you can. Imagine just you have that wee egg between your calf and your hamstring. Also with this, the easier part, is bringing yourself back. The hard part on the way forward, as you lay your spine back down again, is to try and keep your head on the floor. So that's a really sort of key here with this one. I'm going to give you 2 options. We'll show you 2 demonstrations, and then we'll do it with you from here. Okay? So the more advanced level, from here we're going to start in our tabletop position, pulling everything into the mat. We can go either with our spider fingers or our hands to the floor, whatever suits best. Okay? Just keeping that apple between your chin and your chest. So your legs are going to start in your tabletop position, and again, keep that 90-degree bend in the leg as we pull everything in, and then from here we're going to inhale as you bring your legs back. So from here, sometimes the legs go to here. I want you to keep your legs in that 90-degree position, and then just lay everything down with control. Okay, if that's too much for you, just go with legs, straight leg lift, and straight legs lower to the floor. Okay, so with this one, I'm going to go for 4, so these bigger exercises, 4s and up. Okay, so from this start position, keeping everything nice and relaxed, all this huge work from the core, and then from here, we're going to inhale as we come back, keep your spine up, and then we're back for 3, 2, and 1. And then a wee reset as before we go again for 2, and then we're back 3, 2, and 1. 2 more to do. And for 2, try to keep that bend in the leg all the way. 3, 2, and 1. Make sure that head stays glued to the floor. And for 1. And then last time down. 3, 2, and 1. And release out. And then just straighten out the legs. And then just bring the arms overhead. Stretching the toes away, stretching the fingers away. And then slide one leg up, roll yourself over, and bring yourself up. Okay? So folks, huge core workout, or core exercise for that one. If you didn't feel that, you have stronger core than I do, or anybody else that I know as well. But it's a brilliant way to keep that control, that sequential control as you go down, and then the position of the legs takes a wee bit of hip strength as well. Okay? So last one for today, we're going to go with our leg pull supine. So we did this a few weeks ago. We're going to add the leg lift for anybody who wants it just on the last one. So when we basically set ourselves up. So think about your middle finger. So start with your tailbone, it comes out to the side. So we play about with the hand position. Sometimes if the hand's too far back or too far forward, you just don't get as much height in the hips. Feet are hip width, chest nice and open, and imagine basically like a hook connected to your navel. Okay? So from here, I'm just going to do a quick demonstration, and then we'll do our three cycles. Pulling everything back, and we're going to arms start straight, and then we lift up to this position. Head goes towards the angle in the roof as opposed to falling back or falling forward. Okay? So you'll feel that into the triceps and then probably into the hamstrings as well. So first cycle, we're going to start nice and tall. So as if you're pushing into the mat, pull the stomach back, belly button back towards the spine. We're going to inhale, exhale as we lift up and hold. Nice strength through the arms across the front of the chest. And then release everything down. And then just shake the arms out. And then we're ready to go again. And then we're going to inhale, exhale, lift up again for 2. Again, keep that good position of the head. And then all the way back down. And then release out. Okay, last one, we're going to offer you a leg lift. You don't have to go there. Make sure you keep the hips up nice and high. So we're going to go one each side. So otherwise just stay with where we were for the first 2. So last time, we're going to inhale, exhale as you push up, bring the weight into your left heel, right leg lift, right leg lower, left leg lift, left leg lower, and hold. And then we're going to come down 3, and 2, and 1. And then you're shaking everything out, just bring those knees up, and then we rock from side to side. And then back to the middle, and then up to a kneeling position. I want you to bring your left knee forward first, so the knee comes over the hip. And then just a wee sort of sink towards that left knee, and then right hand up to the ceiling. So opposite hand to opposite knee, just feel that nice stretch across the front. And then lower down, and release out. And then opposite side. Right leg forward, and then just sink into that right knee. And then left hand comes up. And lower down, and then back just to a hunkered position, elbows inside the knees, up onto your tall fingers, just push the elbows out, and release out. Okay? And then just roll the shoulders back, and just hands to your side, and then just a wee float from side to side, and release, and then roll the wrists out. And that last wee exercise, take you in the wrists, and shaking everything out. Okay? Folks, that's us done for our week 13. We're well through June now, so hopefully everybody's still keeping well. And we have one more week to do. So keep working through those exercises. Now that we have all the videos in our backlog, if you want to try and build them up, feel free to put a couple of videos together, sort of back to back, so you can get more of a challenging workout. Okay? So, Big Mai, agus Chief and Aaron Chapin Jogging Ship. Slán.